Hey guys, so this is our first episode of Sundays with Sash, and typically these are going to have a short little topic or theme or discussion, I guess just from Sash, and then it will be left open for questions for anyone who has any questions. But tonight, just as part of the introduction to Sash, we're just leaving it open for anyone who has any question at all. So feel free to type it in, and Blake will read it, and then Sash will just answer it. So just as we wait for people to get on and possibly type their questions, we'll be here on tonight for about 15 minutes or so, just so it's not too long of a video to watch, but just enough to enjoy. So yeah, feel free to say hi if you're not comfortable asking a question and where you're from. And yeah, Sash, do you have any messages for like the collective consciousness for this week or at this time right now?
Your main job in this life is to have fun, is to enjoy, is to experience this physical reality with as much joy as you can. So my message to you for this week and every week after that is do the things that make you happy, whatever that is, and you don't have to justify it to anyone. Whatever crazy thing makes you happy, do it, because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you, and no one's going to make it a priority for you to be happy. That is your own job. So do the things that make you happy, get in the most high vibration state you can be in, and all your desires then have no choice but to come your way. Living in that high vibration state allows you to attract the things you desire. Doing the things that make you happy puts you in that high vibration, and as you continue in that high vibration, you keep on gaining momentum. You keep on gaining energetic momentum, and as new desires are asked, and that momentum has its power, there is no question and there is no reason that those things can't come into your physical reality.
Thanks, Sash. So for those of you guys who are just joining, we're just taking questions. So if there's been a question on your mind, whether it has to do with relationships or money or jobs or a certain circumstance that you're not understanding or something that occurred that you're not really sure why happened or what it was about, feel free to ask. It doesn't matter how specific or general it is, because Sash is part of collective consciousness, so he interprets and sees or experiences vibration no matter, they don't know space or time, so it doesn't matter when it happened or where, or if it didn't involve you, just any question at all. And if you want, you can just say hi to wherever you're from.
And we like Katie and I and other people we've done sessions with, like all kinds of questions have been asked, like as far as like past lives, past relationships, like trauma, like their childhood, like spirit animals, I don't know, like all, like even what's it called? What's the word? Like being possessed or exorcisms, like everything. Like there's been so many different kind of questions asked, and there's always been really profound guidance come through. So if you can think of the question, there's going to be some sort of answer there. So yeah.
What do you think has been your favorite question asked so far?
Oh man, there's been some good ones.
I had a friend that asked recently about cloning.
Yeah.
And what spirit thinks about cloning, because as I think most of us know, each being has a soul or a spirit that occupies it. And so how does cloning work? Like if cloning is cloned from an already existing being, whether it's an animal or human or whatever, then how does that, like, Sash, how does that work with spirit? Because there's original spirit and original being and body. So what happens with the clone version?
Humans have come up with a way to create life from life, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It is just their way of trying new ways to create different things. So, as a clone is created, a soul or spirit still has to fill that physical body. And so, a soul chooses that experience. They know exactly what they're getting themselves into. And as we discussed before, that clone might be a genetic carbon copy of the parent. We know that your genetics can be changed throughout your lifetime. The genetics you start with are not the same at your birth as they are at your death. Genetics can be changed many ways. They can be changed through life experiences, or even simply an asking. Genetics are just a tool for scientists to measure, but they are not the end all be all. They change as people grow and as they have new desires and new askings and new experiences. They never stay the same. And so the clone that begins as an exact copy of the parent before long will be very different from where it originally began. And the spirit inside of it will have its own agenda. It will have its own asking. And as it has asking and desires of its own, new experiences will come, further changing the genetic clone itself.
Interesting. So again, for anyone who's joining right now, if you have any burning questions or any curiosities, feel free to put them in the comments there, and Blake and Sash will give you an answer, give you some guidance on that question. And again, it could be on any topic at all. So we'll just wait for, you guys are a quiet crowd.
Yeah, not all at once, everybody. Can they see what other people are asking, or is it just us that can see?
Yeah, no, they can see.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure, like, some people have questions and they don't want to put themselves out there and like, risk of being seen, and I get it, like, made you feel vulnerable or whatever asking certain questions. So if that was the case, I wouldn't have to address you as the person. I could just answer the question and you'd know that what the answer that I was giving was for you. So
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Jamie.
Do you have any questions?
She's got to have questions.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll ask one. It's a very general question, but I think a lot of people might be curious for the answer for this one. But it seems like there's a lot going on in the world right now. I mean, yes, politics and natural events and just a lot of movement. Can you speak to what is happening on planet Earth right now?
There is a time right now where there are many new desires being created by humans. Many people are asking many different things, some in opposing views of others. And this is exactly where humanity needs to be in its evolution. Humanity will create divide amongst itself in contrast to where it wants to be. Most people deep down want to live in harmony. They want to live in peace and tranquility, but that is not where we are right now. Many people think things have to be one way, and the others think it has to be a different way, when in reality, everyone can have exactly what they want. But people think that if some people push one way, they have to push harder back the other way. And in time, humans will learn that pushing and that pulling different directions is counterproductive. It will never get what you truly want. But that is the contrast that they're creating right now in this physical reality. And in time, their level of consciousness and their asking will begin to shift. And they will begin realizing a new way of living, a way in which everyone can have what they want. Everyone can have the desires they seek, and that people can live in harmony. But in this time of contrast, things will be very push and shove. There will be a lot of pointing the finger at other people. And that's okay, because that is what you humans have created. It is what you desired and then created, because sometimes as humans it's easier to point the finger at someone else rather than look inside and see really what is going on within you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sash. So again, for those of you who are just joining, right now Blake is channeling his spirit guide Sash, and we've opened up the video today to any question that you might have for the universe, any question at all that you're wondering about anything. Yeah, I just want to say hi to a few people on here. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Nick. Yay. Jesse. Hi, Brett. Hi, Trisha. So while we wait for anyone to post a question, we have a few more minutes left here. I have another question. So, Sash, can you explain what is a spirit guide? What's the point? Why do they even exist?
They exist because you humans have always wanted someone to help guide you, because we know any physical reality can have its trying times, and it's nice to know there's someone there watching over you, willing to help should you allow it. And so that is us. That is spirit guides. People know us as angels or spirit guides, or sometimes even we are called your higher selves. And we are here, should you desire, to give you guidance. We're here to help you through those trying times, to give you answers to the questions you desire. And what you will soon realize is the guidance we give resonates so well, because often it is what you knew within you the whole time, but you were just too scared or too blind to see. Much of the guidance we give just reconfirms what you humans already know deep down. But many of you have shut off that inner guidance system. Many of you have tuned that out because someone told you along the way in your physical life that you need to do things different, or you need to be different. And that doesn't make any sense. Why would you not listen to the one person who has your best self-interest in mind? Why would you not listen to yourself? They are just looking out for you. And so, in the questions you ask and the guidance we give, you will probably tell yourself when you hear the guidance, I knew that all along.
So this is a really good question, I think, too. Again, for anyone who wants to post a question, it's open. We're going to leave it on. This will probably be the last question here. Unless you guys have a question, so please feel free to ask one.
Bunch of scaredy cats out there,
I guess so. That's all right. Processing. Yeah. Does spirit or spirit guides then just kind of tell us what to do? Because I think a lot of times, like even for myself before, I would just want an answer. I want to be told what to do because it's just the easiest thing, especially in a time of low vibration or just conflict. What do I do? Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. So is that what spirit guides do?
No, we never tell you what to do. We can give you guidance and sometimes even suggestions, but we would never tell you what to do because that would take your power away. As humans, sometimes you look to us or to others to say, please just tell me exactly what to do and we'll do it. And in those moments, it might feel good to be told what to do, but that is taking your power away. That doesn't feel good, and that wouldn't feel good for you in the long run because at the end of the day, you would say, I'm not even living my own life. I'm just living it and basing my decisions off what someone is telling me to do. That's not what we're here for. We're here to guide you. And the information we give, then you can make your own decision based on that information or not. Again, that choice is yours. What we give you is just information. You can either use it or not. And that is what it's all about. You are the creators. You, people, hold the power. We are only here to give information. And that is what is beautiful about your physical reality. You make the decisions, you make the choices, and you hold the power. You are the creators of your physical reality, and that is something we never want to take away from you.
Awesome, thanks. Say hi to your friend Brett.
To the party, book a conversation breakdown. Thanks, Brett. Hope you're doing well, man.
Any takers? No questions for the first one? Really? That's okay. Yeah.
We go to 20 minutes, and maybe if there's one
minutes?
late question that someone shoots in there, then we'll answer it. But do you have any more questions, or?
Yeah, I just wrote down some generic ones.
Okay.
How does a person find a life purpose?
Humans come to this experience having desires just as spirit, and living the physical experience, they create more desires and more happiness. And the best question for yourself when you're looking for something to do, something to enjoy for your life is, what do I enjoy doing? What fills my tank? What makes me feel so good? And what do I want to share with others? And that is all you need to figure out. And sometimes it isn't just one thing, it can be many things. And sometimes it's one thing for a while, and then you change your mind and you want to experience something different. And that is great, and that is fine. And you don't need to stick to one thing your entire life, because to me, that sounds pretty boring. So, be easy on yourself. Do the things that feel good, and the opportunities will come to you. And don't limit yourself to only one thing. Either one thing at a time or one thing in your life, because that is just pinching yourself off. There are many opportunities out there for you. And all you need to do is have the desire, believe you can achieve them, feel good, and then there is no option. They have to come to you.
But how does a person know it's the thing versus the purpose that we've been taught that we should be after, or because it will make a lot of money, or because that's a noble thing to do, or like, how does a person know if it's the purpose or not?
Your best guidance there is how it feels. If it feels so resonant that you have to do it, then that is a good indication that it is something that is worth your time and energy. If it is something that you hum and haw over and you write pros and cons about whether you should or shouldn't do it, and have a tough time deciding whether it's something you want to do, that is a good indication that you're probably not in full alignment with that path. And from there, you can choose to get in alignment with it, or you can choose something different. There will be many things in your life that come up, many options, and your best guidance is how it feels. If it feels good to pursue it, then do it, because it could be the next step to where you truly want to be. Not everything that feels good will be the thing that you're going to do for the rest of your life, and that's okay. Enjoy it for what it is, and that can lead you to where you want to be. Do the things that feel good, and they will lead you to the things that feel even better.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before where it was kind of like a follow your bliss, like whatever excites you. So even something like, I know like Blake is starting to do painting, like oil painting, and he's never painted before ever. But in doing that, even in something as small as like going to get the painting supplies, he could run into somebody who would then provide inspiration or an opportunity for him because he's following his bliss. Or while painting something, he could get into a creative flow or into alignment, and then he would get a great inspiration to a great idea to go and do something, and then run into someone there, or an opportunity would be created. So it's not always the logical thing. So like if someone was really, I don't know, into like hula hooping or something, and like it's not about making hula hooping your career, like a professional, like that's not the way that it is. It's just to follow your bliss and feel good, and then inspiration follows that. It can't help it because it's the matching vibration. So anyone joining, last chance for any questions that are hot on your mind, anything at all. Politics, nature, relationships, health, anything at all.
Finance is always a big one. People always want to know about money. And
children, parenting.
Children, yeah, parenting's a good one.
Yeah, definitely a good one. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Jill. Hi, Nicole and Scott. I think these are some of your friends.
Yeah.
Some people.
So yeah, you want to wrap it up, or?
Yeah, that's cool. So again, like what we mentioned in the beginning, we're going to be doing this every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So next week, stay tuned. Bring questions if you think. I'm sure during the week now, you guys are going to be like, I wonder about this.
I hope somebody asked something, because...
Well, that'd be really weird if they didn't.
That's true.
But maybe I'm biased because I'm a huge question asker. But anyway, so yeah, gather your questions and feel free to contact Blake on his personal page or on the Guidance with Sash page if you have any questions or if you want to connect and do a session. And